Hi, I'm not here to waste your time. So let me just get straight to the point. If you create content in any way, and whether you film on your phone, write in your notes app, or upload consistently, or you're still figuring out what your voice even sounds like, I want to talk directly to you because creators rarely get the space to be honest, to admit that you're overwhelmed, to talk about the pressure, to acknowledge the mental load that comes with the load of constantly putting yourself out there. And a lot of creators are feeling something they don't know how to feel out loud. The constant pressure to show up when life is too much, when you're exhausted. The pressure to stay creative even when your mind is completely blank. The pressure to look like you're doing great even when your confidence is hanging on by a thread. This video and this space is the conversation that most creators don't get. Not noise, not overwhelm, not someone telling you just to keep going. No, this is clarity. This is grounding. This is perspective. And this is your reminder that you didn't even know you needed, but you're going to feel in your chest by the time I'm done. So if you have been losing motivation, if your audience feels a little quiet, if you feel unnoticed or unsure or stuck somewhere between wanting to show up and disappearing for a while, then stay right here, because for the next stretch of time, I'm going to talk about your work, your value, your impact, your momentum, and your emotional bandwidth, and your actual human self, the part people do not see on camera. So let's start. Let's be honest with each other for a second. Content creation looks simple from the outside. People assume it's light, fun, and easy. You pick up a camera, you record, and then you post. And somehow that's supposed to be the whole job. But here's the truth creators know, even if they don't say it. Creating requires your emotional energy, your mental clarity, your confidence, your vulnerability, your ability to self-regulate, your ability to try again, your willingness to be seen, and your willingness to be misunderstood, your willingness to show up even when your personal life is falling apart. That's not light. That's not easy. And that's not simple. Most people don't understand the hardest part of being a content creator is not the content. It's you. It's your mind. It's your energy, your internal dialogue, your pressure, your expectations, your self-comparison, your uncertainty, and your fear of being overlooked. And here is where it gets really human. Creators don't always feel like creators. Sometimes we feel like people just trying our best, keeping our promise to a version of yourself that you made 2 years ago, the version who could believe you could do this. And now you're on the other side of that promise thinking, why does this feel harder? Why am I struggling to stay consistent? Why do I feel like my content isn't enough? Why do I feel behind everyone else? What happened to my excitement? If you've asked yourself any of those questions, you're not failing. You're normal. And let me say that again, because creators don't hear it enough. You're normal. You're human, and nothing is wrong with you. You're carrying more weight than most people realize. Creators are expected to be emotionally available, inspiring, entertaining, educational, consistent, on brand, relatable, present, regardless of what's going on in their real life. Most jobs let you clock out at the end of the day, but creators don't get that luxury. Your job follows you in your mind. What should I post next? Should I redo that? What if nobody sees it? Is my niche changing? Do I even know what I'm doing anymore? You don't need to be ashamed of that pressure anymore. It's real, and you're allowed to say it. You're allowed to say you feel it. But here's the part that most creators don't even realize. The fact that you keep trying, even on the days that you feel off, says more about you than you think. It says you're resilient, you care, you haven't given up on your voice. Even when your confidence takes a dip, it says that you're committed, not to the algorithm, but to yourself. And that's what matters. Creators forget what they're actually carrying: your real life, your emotions, your responsibilities, your relationships, and your exhaustion, and your creative expectations. And that's a lot. And it's more than most people see. So here's the grounding truth. You're not weak for struggling, and you're not unmotivated. You're overwhelmed. You're not inconsistent. You're in a human season, and you're not lost. You're evolving, and you're not behind. You're recalibrating. There are creators who look put together on the outside, who cry before filming, who doubt every project they've ever started. They look confident on camera, but they question everything off camera. You wouldn't know, because creators don't get safe spaces to say these things, but you just stepped into one. This is your safe space to breathe and to be honest, to breathe and to acknowledge what's heavy without it being dramatic, to hear the truth without the fluff. And the truth is, you are doing better than your metrics say, better than your mind says, better than your doubt says, and better than your tiredness says. And I want to go deeper. Let's talk about something that quietly eats at creators more than anything else. The gap between the effort you put in and the numbers you see afterwards. Every creator has had that moment where you uploaded something and you genuinely believed in it. Something you took your time on, and something that you thought would resonate, and it doesn't show up the way you want. The numbers don't match what the work you put in. And your brain immediately goes to, did I do something wrong? Did no one care? Is my content declining? Is my niche dead? Is it me? But let me stop you right there, because there is something creators don't get explained properly. Analytics don't measure impact. They measure visibility, and they're not the same thing. Your numbers tell you how many phones your content has reached, not how many lives it has touched. And the part that creators forget, because you're human, is most people who watch you will never like, never comment, never engage, never follow, but they watch you and they learn from you. They absorb you and they're shaped by you. They think about something you said weeks later. There are people who are out there silently rooting for you for months without hitting the like button. Most creators underestimate the impact that you are on someone because they've never announced it. Analytics don't track the person who played your video 3 times while cooking. It doesn't track who listens on a bad day, or the person who didn't comment because they were crying. Analytics don't track the person who saved it and never returned because they forgot. The person who screenshotted a quote and kept it on their phone, or the one that didn't engage, the person who didn't engage because they were too shy. Analytics doesn't track the person who used your advice but didn't say a word. The person who learned from you quietly, or the person who felt less alone because you exist. You never see any of that, but it happens constantly. Creators don't realize how often their content is used quietly, personally, ways that it will not show up on a dashboard. And here's something you need to hear. Your lowest performing video may have helped a person more than your highest performing one, because value isn't always loud. It is not always public. And not everyone will announce when you mean something to someone. They'll never tell you, but they held on to something from you and they've changed because of you. And here's something else creators forget. Your audience is bigger than your followers. Your follower is just a person who pressed a button. Your audience is the people who see you, even if they never follow you. Most platforms push your platform to people that will never comment. Most people will never save your videos or will never follow you or like you. Most people will binge your content but never follow you. But your influence isn't measured by that number. Your influence is measured by the consistency of your voice, how deeply people connect with you, how often your content sticks in someone's memory, how many people think about something you said, or how many people replayed your message in their head. Your influence is measured by how many people you have helped with somebody with their day. Numbers are just data. You are the meaning behind it. And let me give you a grounded example. Think about your favorite character, the one who's changed something in you, who's helped you, inspired you. Now tell me, do you like every post? Do you comment on every video or share everything they upload? Probably not. But you still value them. You still absorb what they say, and you still pay attention. And you still return to their content even if you don't engage every time. That is what your audience does with you. So let me refrain your mind in the most grounded way possible. You're not being ignored. Your audience is silent. You're not irrelevant. You're watched quietly. You're not failing. You're reaching further than you think. And one more thing creators underestimate, people come back for your consistency, but they stay for your humanity, not the polished version of you, not the perfect lighting, not the flawless delivery, not the strategic part. They stay because they relate to you and they trust you, and because you show up like a human being, not a corporation. Your humanity is your brand, and your presence is your brand, is your product. And that is something analytics will never show. So if you're judging your impact by your numbers, please stop. Your numbers are a reflection of the platform, but your impact is a reflection of you, and that is two completely different things.